Alright, guys, welcome to the first episode of the Gerald podcast. No, the Citrus cast.
Gerald podcast.
So, we're gonna start off by introducing ourselves.
Introduce.
Yep.
Go.
So,
There you
I'm
go.
gonna introduce myself. I'm Josh J. Alright, next person. Whoever wants to go.
I am Jack.
Also known as
I
homosexual.
am Chad.
Also known as extreme homo. Alright, Josh
And
Wood.
my name is Lamb.
He's just like a raging,
General. He's like a raging.
Raging
okay.
gamer.
raging
My
Okay.
blood
gamer.
consists of 5% composition B explosive.
My blood consists of G Fuel. Don't even at me.
Yeah. My orders will go for G.
Alright,
My-
General, introduce yourself.
My veins are filled with G Fuel and I'm ready to go.
Yep, I've got
Hey,
IV
Adderall.
drip.
Alright.
You mean Adderall?
You can't fill your vein. Well, actually, you might be able to.
Mhm.
I haven't tried yet.
I haven't
Like
tried
Friday.
yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
Alright.
Science technology.
We're off
hasn't
subject
gotten
now.
that advanced.
It doesn't matter at this
It's
point.
alright if we're off subject at the start of the stream. We'll get into the deeper
Stream,
matters
hold up.
later.
Hold
This
up.
isn't a stream.
Podcast. It's a podcast. Cost.
Oh no.
Alright.
Alright.
Demonetized.
Alright,
and
so
we're probably
General
past that point.
Josh J is the one
Um,
who won't introduce himself.
What? Oh, no,
General is
no,
not
my
Josh
street
J. He's
name-
Josh Duff.
My street
Big
name
Al.
is Little Sapling. Or Little Sapling.
He's returned.
And then
Okay.
my,
He's a
my
little bit
regular nickname is just Sequoia or
No,
General.
it's just
Just Sequoia. Brent just calls me
Roll.
Sequoia.
My
Alright.
nickname is
Sequoia's
also
like-
Big
Sequoia
Biggie
is
Cheese.
like my Gmail and all that. And like, I have
so
Sequoia
you're giving
for
people
everything.
your Gmail now.
No,
First
it's
bit.
not exactly.
First
It's a lot more complicated than that,
podcast.
but it's like.
My PIN
I'll
number
dox
is.
myself in the first
Yeah.
podcast.
My PIN number for my
My
big.
social
It's on the back of the
security number.
card.
Here,
My
my
IP address.
Xbox Live
I'm
account
not saying
email
that's my
is
exact
this,
Gmail.
and
Of
then
course it's
here's
not
the
my exact
password
Gmail.
to it.
Joshua Sequoia's Woods address and phone number leaked on first episode of podcast.
We made it to drama
Imagine how
alert,
many
boys.
views that'll get. Imagine how many views
I
with
know.
just, like
Everyone
title
wants that.
like leaked
Josh
Doc
Sequoia
Swagger
Woods
Souls in our
leaks
podcast.
phase.
Dude, I'm
Address.
hallucinating.
Phase
I
rug.
keep seeing a dark person in the corner of my room.
Face rugs. House ID leak.
Phase Rogue.
Phase
So,
Rug,
I keep-
Roblox house.
Okay, this episode we were
I keep
going
hallucinating.
To settle on the
I keep
topic
seeing
of
someone in the corner of my
social
eye, but I
media.
don't.
Jed.
As recommended to none of our comments.
As
nobody said it,
recommended
so-
by
So,
our,
you know,
all
it's
of
just recommended
our viewers,
by
aka
our,
Lance's mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a good point.
I don't.
His,
I,
he
I
doesn't
don't
argue
think she
against
wants
it.
this podcast.
Well, I mean,
hopefully.
she kind of can.
Yeah,
Love
I
you,
wouldn't
Becky.
think
hacked
so.
into my
I
computer
wouldn't
listening
think
to
so.
Lance right now.
Alright, social media was gonna be the topic, and we were gonna settle on the
Was
one,
going to be.
the parts, the effect, and I think a useful part to talking about this is gonna be that social media week
No.
break. Me, Chad, and Lance took for a month. For
I took.
grade at
Lance
school.
didn't
Yeah,
take
oh,
it.
Lance didn't take it. Never mind. Never mind. Lance was too
Yeah, Lance
lazy to
might
give up
just
his
I was
Yeah.
game.
hooked on G Fuel that day. I was too hyped up.
Does
dude.
YouTube
Oh,
count
yeah,
as social
sorry, dude.
media?
It did.
Choking
Yes.
on G Fuel right now.
It
Really?
counted with we could not.
Is it
view-
because
Sorry,
YouTube
so-
has comments in it? It has a
No,
I don't
comment
know.
system.
Originally, she said, so like obviously no Snapchat, Instagram, anything like that. But it.
Are you really
evolved
not gonna shout
somehow.
out your teacher?
Mrs. Bird?
Oh
We
no.
love her, though. She's the best.
Bird.
Great
Yeah,
teacher,
she's
by
back.
the way.
Anyways, yeah, she's
Greatest PE teacher ever.
We love her.
In a
It
sexual way.
evolved somehow to no
Oh.
mobile games. Wow. That alright.
What?
Okay, well, that's
it
rule
was
number
taken
2
to no
out the window.
mobile games, no YouTube, and if it had gotten down to no Netflix or no iMessage, at that point
Was
I
that a
would have
Minecraft
dropped out.
zombie?
But
I just hear a Minecraft zombie.
We did mobile games
No.
anyways. We weren't restrained from that for some reason.
No Netflix.
So it was a
Oh,
whole
have you
month.
heard-
Well, that's not
Netflix.
social media.
That's not
Alright,
social
remember
media.
how I said
Yeah,
one
but if
person had-
YouTube counts, yeah. Okay, I was talking. It's
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Yeah, shut up.
Shut up!
It wasn't that difficult.
Chad, I swear!
I said no
The hardest
irregular.
part about it was probably the fact that the first week or two, I would pick up my phone so much and go to where I have like a file where I keep all my social media apps on my
Oh,
phone,
same.
and I would tap where that's at so many times. I'm pretty sure I moved my music app to there. So I would
Muscle
just
memory.
open my music app and be like, dude, this is not what I wanted to go to, and it was almost like a letdown. But then after a little bit, you get used to not being able to do it, and you find other things to do at that time. Like, you know how Apple, if anyone who uses an iPhone, they
Josh.
added you can view you can view your screen
Oh, a feature
time
of the
you're
time.
using.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not pretty. It's not nice to
It's
me.
not good for Lance, yeah. But I'm pretty sure mine went from like 6 hours a day to like 2. Like, it had a dramatic decrease. And
Mine
that was
went from
100%
30
the reason.
minutes to 6.
Yeah, and
What?
that 6 minutes was only when Chad's mom was checking his phone while he was in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah.
6 minutes. But it was, I don't think, if anything, it wasn't like when people say they want social media breaks and they've completely changed as a person and they're just refreshed and ready to go out and do things. That did not happen for me. It was kind of just like it
Boring.
wasn't there, so I was just sitting doing nothing, like taking walks and spending more time with my family, which is all good, but like I'm trying to think, mentally for me it didn't have that much of an impact. It didn't change how I do things every day, I guess.
I just
you could
wanted to
say.
watch PewDiePie.
Yeah,
Wait, if you
YouTube was
rely on it more
100
for like your entertainment, I feel like it would change
yeah,
something.
definitely.
But
Or
if
like
you
your
don't
job,
rely on it
like
as much as some
Yeah,
people do.
Yeah, 100% agree. And I think YouTube was definitely the hardest part of it all because
Yeah, because that's
YouTube
like,
is one of the easiest things to sit down and be like, oh, that's a cool video. You tap on it, and then after it's done, you get
Go
ready to
watch
click
the
off,
next
and you
one.
see some other video underneath it. You're like, dude, that looks awesome. I have to watch that. I think that's the
Epic.
largest time consumer for me.
It's like addicting. That's all I know about. It's like it's how I feel. It's like, you know, when I'm on
Yeah, I can.
Instagram or something, it's just like, you sit on there for like hours and crap. And it's like, when you get that notification from Instagram, oh wow,
A picture.
shut up. You get that notification. You're
That's
coming
one
up for
thing-
the past 3 days. It's like, wow, I'm a loser.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
one
mean,
different thing for me. Is like.
you know,
Oh, sorry, Josh.
I feel
Go ahead, Lance.
Go
yeah,
for
Lance,
it.
go ahead.
Go, Lance. I want to hear
What?
I want to hear what Lance has to say, because not to be offensive or anything, but you probably spend the most time on your phone out of all of us.
Yeah, not on Instagram.
I think you
though,
can
I
agree.
barely-
I think, not
Yeah.
on social media, but I think you can 100% agree with that.
Clash.
Clash Royale.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But Instagram, I don't use that much. But YouTube is the thing that gets me.
Yeah, because
Peep
it's like,
Duffy.
like you're watching a
Pinos.
video and then it has that
Oh,
recommended. and
Lance,
it's like,
shout out your Instagram account.
Peep that
Oh yeah.
fade on
Should
Instagram.
I?
Peep that fade.
Go
He's
for
the
it.
worst
Like,
memes on Instagram and his mom
Peep
follows
Duffy.
him,
Yeah.
so he has to be
Garbage.
careful.
100 posts
We're
strong.
gonna-
Unlike most of my Instagram accounts,
Like 20 followers.
which I'm sure all y'all can agree is I post like 10 pictures or something. Then
I don't even.
Stop
Do I
using
follow
it.
you?
you should.
No.
I'm at
I don't
60
know
something
if I do.
followers now.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Pretty good.
I gotta read this. This is pretty interesting. I'm looking at the last 7 days. It last refreshed at 106. My average is 5 hours and 49 minutes per day, which I am mediumly ashamed of, because that's
Medium.
almost 6 hours a day. That's a lot of time just wasted on my phone.
I'm gonna turn on
But
screen
I
time.
wouldn't.
Well,
I wouldn't exactly say
depends on
that's
what you're
time
watching.
wasted though. Because if you're watching, like I watch a lot of YouTube. Well, let me just read this. I don't know what YouTube categorizes as. Let me. Oh, I guarantee you, most of that time is on music, because I
That
use
is-
YouTube Music and I can't close my phone. I listen to so much music. So, social networking over the past week, I've had 18 hours and 51 minutes of. So, on around 19 hours. Entertainment is 12 hours and games is 4 hours.
Mine like
My number
refresh-
one's
last
Instagram.
7 days.
Snapchat's
okay.
not very much. YouTube is right under Instagram. It has about 4 hours of less. So definitely, I'm on Instagram a lot. I love Instagram.
This is one thing that's
Instagram's one of my
confusing me is I
favorites.
feel like this screen time thing is wrong because it says in the most used Instagram is second, which I don't use Instagram that much. I barely get on it.
You get
Ever.
on it a lot
Yeah.
on Xbox One even. I mean, you get on it all
Sometimes to watch some videos or something, but I don't do it that much.
Clash
But
Royale
it
is
adds
definitely
up.
number one.
No, Clash Royale is below Instagram.
Some bull crap right there then.
That's
Yeah,
an
I
issue.
know. That's what I'm saying. Is there's got to be something wrong.
Yeah, but
Well, or I think Instagram is the easiest social media network to waste time on. Spend more time than you mean to, at least.
Yeah.
the thing about
But my-
media-
Because it's so addictive. You see something funny and or something that's
I don't know. I
intriguing.
just keep on scrolling even if nothing's funny for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'll go over to
Weird.
my explore page if I have nothing to do and just look. Because I'm like, my whole thing, my whole explore page is mostly like the artists I listen
Excuse
to when
me?
it comes to music, video games, and
Excuse me.
Marvel. Like that's everything
Yeah.
that's over there. Because that's my life. That's literally my life. Video
Marvel.
games, music,
Are
and
you
Marvel.
chewing gum?
No, burger.
a chewing.
Oh,
One
okay.
thing I
That's
find
true.
with my time on YouTube to do is like watch videos like behind the scenes of movies and see stuff I can learn from.
Those are
Why
cool.
did we start a podcast and just start talking about what we do the most on our phones?
Well, okay.
was the
the whole
topic.
point of this was
I mean, I
the
guess the
effect, but
topic,
we were
getting,
going
getting
into
kind of
how
off
much
topic.
time we spend on it.
but
Yeah, I
it's
agree. Let's
whatever.
reel back in. I
mean-
think the effect it can have on someone is definitely depending on your view of the world. You can get a really negative view.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
Which,
That's
don't
very
get me
We
wrong.
can do
our
that on
world
any
is
social media
scr- yeah,
site
that's
or
well, that's
any
my point,
news
like-
website, anything.
Bro, our
Like
world
Don't get me
that.
wrong.
It's-
Our
it's
world
easy
is
to do
screwed
that.
up. But if you look at it from a certain point,
'Cause-
you kind of step back. There's a lot of really good people, and there's a lot of really good things
All the
happening. But
headlines focus on the bad things.
Exactly,
Those are
like-
the
yeah,
most
that's
shocking.
always
the mo-
what it is.
those grab the most attention.
Yeah, like
Uh-huh.
the news has become so clickbaity now. Like a good, what's it called? Example of this.
It's all negative.
A good example of this is like like police headlines. There's always like police shoot black man that's unarmed and crap like that. And it gives people such that negative view on police officers when people don't want to take the time to go back and just fact check and everything like that.
Look what happened.
Yeah, look what actually happened, and then it's
You
like,
aren't there, then you don't have
yeah, and
much, much
people
of
need
a,
to
of a
remember
say.
police officers only have that split second to make their decision. It's a life or death situation. But
Either person.
Yeah, definitely.
I think those situations can be confusing though, because don't get me wrong. I'm not calling you stupid or anything. You have such a great point. People tend to just judge off of what they see or what they hear. But sometimes in those situations, it's like you said, there's a lot more to it, and you kind of have to be there to experience the full swing, the full emotions of what's going on. Because like you said, it's a life or death thing. Like, they have to think immediately.
exactly
The next move could either affect the rest of their life or it could end their life. But I
Exactly,
definitely
but
think that's more of a weird topic to get onto because of how
People view it now.
people have different opinions on it and how strong people's opinions are on it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, people. It's a hard topic to talk about, especially with how negative people view it and everything.
How media is nowadays.
Yeah,
and-
Yeah.
but it's like my point was you only see negative things about police now because that grabs the most views and it fires up so much hate. And don't get me wrong, there are some bad police officers, definitely. Like, there's bad people in every profession. But, when do you ever see the headlines about, police officers doing good? Like, every day, like.
I mean, that's their job. That's their normal job.
Exactly, like, you always
It's
see.
to do good. But, of course, since it's
Some of them take advantage
It's
of being
not
cops and stuff like that.
abnormal,
And
they
get
don't
on
wanna
it.
not all.
post
That
anything
every
about it.
there's people.
Yeah,
in
not
every
all of
profession.
them.
But it's like,
Yeah.
the thing about it
I
now
think-
is, there's been times where I've seen, body cam footage or whatever, about police officers saving a choking baby or something. Well, where's the news headlines for those?
Yeah, where are those? I mean, they do post stuff like that, but it seems like what gets more
It's
attention
only,
from
like,
the public
Is the bad
is
stuff
the bad
they do.
stuff. Everyone wants the bad stuff. Because
Well,
that's
it
what's
just- it
interesting.
just
That's
grabs
what
attention.
people are interested in stuff like that.
It just
And
just grabs more
unfortunately,
attention.
it just
That's
tends to spark more hate. That's what I don't like about it. Is it, for no reason, it'll put, just regular people, just trying to do their job, trying to protect the world, it'll put them in danger.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
right now,
definitely.
I'm in the Police Explorer program with Amherst County, and it's completely different. But right now, the sheriff there wants the uniforms to be fully changed because he doesn't want us looking anything like actual police officers to keep us from getting
He doesn't
shot
want to put
when
you
we're
in
out in
danger.
public.
Danger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With how the view of them are.
Makes
now.
sense. Yeah. And so reeling back in to the whole point of what I was saying, if you focus too much on the bad stuff that gets the attention of everybody, you start to develop this view like, man, this world sucks and we can't, and a lot of people have sunken down to the idea that it's unchangeable, which I mean, coming from a Christian perspective, from a certain point, yes, it is unchangeable because it's just going to keep getting worse. But that doesn't mean we have to
it's
give
not
up trying,
completely
you know?
unchangeable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
'cause-
still
always- there's
changeable,
always-
but
there's always gonna
it
be bad
only
stuff.
gets
There's-
harder to change it.
Yeah, there's
It's always
certain
changeable, but it's
things
only
we
gonna
have
get
the
harder.
ability to change.
And
We
the-
can't change everything. People are going to continue to do bad things no matter what. That's just
Exactly.
human nature.
Yeah, but
Even if you
people
don't come from a
together and
Christian
like,
perspective, it's just human nature. I think that's a pretty widespread belief that humans just do these messed up things a lot, and it's just something you can stay away from personally, but keeping everyone away from it, it just doesn't work. And at a certain point, it's like it comes down to when are we just being absurd in our attempts and wasting time and energy to when we could, I mean, just helping anyone nearby, you know? Like, we don't need to stop, like, terrorist attacks or stuff. So, like, hunger, homelessness, like, small things like that are things that, like, people like
It's
us
not
can do every
small,
day to, like,
but
yeah, help
it's
out
smaller.
everyone.
It's
Yeah.
something that's more feasible.
Definitely.
The worst part about, how this world's getting now is it's just becoming so much more toxic than what it was like 30 or 40 years ago.
Yeah, and that's my
Yeah.
point.
Because
It's
of-
like, it's not.
It's because
It
of
can get
people's
better.
new mindsets and their loss of morals.
Exactly.
Yes,
It's
agreed.
like, people, and plus, also the media just focusing on the bad. It's just, it's all because, like clickbait, like YouTube. Like, they just want the most views, they just want the most clicks, so they can get the most money from it. Because, it's become
the world's
so
money hungry.
But
Yeah.
again,
Economy-based.
when you look at that, you have to remember that a lot of people that are doing that are doing it for their job. So they have to get money from it.
Exactly.
But I don't
Yeah, but-
think that exactly justifies some of the things people are doing on YouTube and social medias in general as well. Is when it comes down to when are you just being like just wrong, so, like just being flat out wrong between when you're trying to either inform people because you like doing your job or you're just getting money. Like I can understand, yeah, you just want to get money because you need money. Like obviously that's
Exactly,
an
like,
issue everyone has,
At this
but
point,
that doesn't you can't use that as an excuse to be mean to other people or
Ruin
spread
their
lies.
lives and
Yeah, ruin other people's
their chances.
viewpoints on bad things.
yeah, that's just the thing. Like at this point, you know, unfortunately, now you need money to be able to survive now. You know, people are so you like physically need money to be able to, keep living, keep supporting your family. And that's something I wish was different. I wish it was more of like, yeah, you need money, but it should be for
I
more.
thought trading was a cool thing, but money, I guess, is simpler. But trading wouldn't be
Well, if you
viable
become a
nowadays. But
farmer, it's a lot simpler.
yeah,
Yeah, says the
but like
I
farmer.
think
trade
the-
somebody something for something else.
I
and-
think the idea of social media affecting someone has a much larger range of action with our age group
Yeah, it's like
than it does
with our
with
parents and crap.
adults and elderlies and even some
Elderlies.
like
Yeah,
college
people above like 60.
like older millennials, you know?
Elderlies.
Like I think
Elders.
definitely teenagers and college
Josh,
students
chill
it'll
with me.
affect the most because
I'm
we see all these people that we idolize for the way that they're living and the way that they're making money and
Yeah, and we need that
carrying
money.
out
And we
everything,
need to be
and
like
we're
that.
like, man, if it's that easy and they're doing all this dumb stuff and they're getting views and money off of it, why don't I just
Why don't
do
we
that?
do it?
Yeah.
And the world is
Oh,
changing.
dang,
Or
and
like
isn't that
everybody
where
they
this
wants
look
that
like that
nowadays.
and they have all this money, so I need to look like that, and that causes unhealthy habits. And I think that that's definitely a lot more common for women, like girls, to do.
Yeah, like seeing
I think
celebrities.
girls
So, like, I
definitely a
need to
lot more
like
look at
that.
other girls that do makeup or fashion or whatever, and they're
Yeah, that's
like,
more of
man, I
like,
need to look like that. That's the definition of pretty right there. That's what a lot of the girls in our grade were saying when we were doing the whole social media thing. A lot of them were feeling a lot more comfortable with themselves because they weren't always looking at other people and what other people want to look like and what they want to look like.
that is like,
I don't know. I think
I feel like that's where the whole
guys
taking
don't
a-
fall prey to that very often,
Yeah.
though. That's the thing.
I feel like that's where the whole, social media break changed my life type of thing came from. It was mainly from like women and stuff like that who become less self conscious about themselves.
Also, we got a bonus for it.
I feel like guys
What?
are more
What do you
like
mean?
more willing to do dumb stuff to get internet famous.
I think guys are more willing to. I don't want to sound like yeah, guys are just so much better, but like I think guys are a lot
Oh,
more
well, that's
willing
a
to
lot more
be
simpler.
themselves to get attention than girls are.
Yeah.
Because it's become practical for I'm not saying this happens to all girls, but like a lot of girls see how these other models or people are eating or literally just how they every day how they live their lives, and they think that if they want to be pretty or have all the stuff they have to do that. And guys I think definitely do that because like when men want to like when we get into like when we used to want to be YouTubers and all, we would look at all these people that started out as small as Lance, and all these people that started out as small as we are, and they get as big as they are, and we're like, man, why can't that happen
It's
with us?
luck. It's
So I'm
luck
like,
and-
man,
Well,
I need to start
it's
some-
kind
doing
of
exactly
some
luck,
what
base
they're
also
luck,
there's a
some
science to
some
it.
base
One at a
I mean,
time.
there's a lot of
strategy.
science to it.
Hey,
too.
one
a
at
lot
a
of
time.
clickbait.
Let Jackson
Well,
finish
not
your point.
this-
I don't know.
I mean, clickbait
I've
has
been
a
talking a lot.
factor in
Y'all
it,
say
and you
so-
can't,
y'all
you can't
start
really
saying
deny
stuff.
that, but
I mean, this
But, I mean-
kind. I mean, it's not all luck.
upload
It's
schedule. I
kinda
Yeah,
mean, yeah, it's not all
definitely.
luck, but you have to
You
get
have
lucky,
to be
definitely.
determined.
There is a
You have to be
science
determined.
to it.
All right, now
Yeah.
Jackson, now you have to
You have
say,
to be
all right,
motivated.
thanks for watching my TED Talk.
Who?
What?
Wait, what?
Jackson has to say, now thank you guys for watching my TED Talk.
Yeah. Watch Mojo.
But
My
one
TED
thing
Talk.
is, like,
You need to finish this with some good
some
life
people are
advice.
determined and work for years, while other people just get it overnight by a stupid video they posted and it went viral.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But and
So
then that,
it also lies within the algorithm.
you
Yeah,
know,
some
what
people
show-
work as
what
hard,
people
they
see.
work their butt off and only get like 10 views, like me. But besides that
Shut
point, some people just get lucky with it and just
my
That's all I
view
can
is,
say.
Lance, you have uploaded a lot, but I'm not gonna lie and say you've had a constant upload schedule.
yeah,
once every
but
4 months, I think.
definitely.
Yeah, and they're usually channel updates.
Hey
Shut
guys, this is my
up.
YouTube channel update. I'm just gonna let you guys know I'm deleting my channel from now on because I'm
Yeah, I'm
trash.
deleting my channel, guys.
I'm gonna start over.
Start fresh,
Yeah,
boys.
I'm gonna start this new account.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
give
post
my
one video
I'm gonna
and
give
then
my
stop
Fortnite
posting.
account to my friend.
Hey, I
and
haven't uploaded on that account in a year, so
I
that's
don't
why
care.
I gave it to him.
At least give it to him for money. It's got subscribers, so do like $1 a
No.
subscriber. You know,
So
PewDiePie. If
Dollar
PewDiePie
so
gets
bad.
12 years old, I
I
hope
didn't
he
realize
for his
that.
account. I mean, a lot
Connor?
of people will.
Connor's 12 years old?
Oh my gosh, Connor.
Okay,
Where'd
okay,
you
back
get
on
Connor
track, back on track,
this?
back on
Yeah,
track.
let's get back
Reel
on
it in,
track.
reel it in, boys.
Hey,
Where
hey,
were we?
back
We
on
were
Shut up. I'm pretty sure it was
people that are determined.
Huh.
What?
People that are determined.
That comes a lot with music as well, because uploading your own like SoundCloud and all that, it's becoming so large. People are like making their own music, and some people are really good, but some people just aren't. And
6ix9ine.
they think that since like they're not good at school or whatever it is, that they're like, okay, I'll make music since everyone else is.
Yeah.
And I
they
think
get that feeling
doing
of- yeah.
YouTube and doing music, you have to be doing something different. You can't do what everyone else is doing. Because if you
Yeah.
do what everyone else is doing, you're not gonna get attention because someone else is already
Unless
doing
it's
that.
trending.
And somebody's
Yeah,
probably doing it better than
honestly,
you.
but I mean, like when it comes to like ASMR and like slime and all that. But
my
still,
God.
Stop.
even with them, like it comes down to having like super long fingernails or like talking weird, like small stuff like that. That like, cause like you,
For the
yeah, I was
QB.
just about to bring him up. People like that, like the way he talked was so weird, and that's exactly what brought him fame. He was literally doing what everyone else was doing, literally tasting
He
gummy
was
bear,
getting bullied for fame.
gummy rats. He literally opens up a gummy rat, but he's just talking
Pete
weird.
Rat.
And people, yeah, it's a Pete rat. Sorry, my bad. And people loved him for it.
Yeah, the thing
And I
about-
think that's 100% what it just comes down
I
to. is
didn't.
what
I have a
peop-
stupid voice stuck in my head.
Shut up.
It's called
I have to
schizophrenia.
Listen to that every.
One thing I think about
Oh,
YouTube
I've
is just
listened
how
to every
toxic
person.
some of the people on the platform can be.
Josh.
You know that, and it. Shut up. And it
I think
causes-
that comes.
it just
I
causes
think
burnout.
that comes. I think it strictly comes down to either wanting attention or wanting attention.
Seeking attention
Don't
through
I
forget
think
about
it's an
attention.
attention problem.
100%. 100%. Either they're not listened to enough in their everyday life, or they
Attention.
just like arguing. They just
It's
want
like the
argument.
Jake Paul
Like
and
me.
Logan Paul and Deji and stuff situation. Like, I know it's probably not good to talk
That's
about
just
him, but
attention. stuff.
Wait, what is it?
they were
What are we-
faking in all
Cameron
that crap
Boyce?
and all that. Josh.
Josh.
Shut up.
Watch it.
Please, just shut up.
Watch some people mad.
I'm not
But,
trying
Hey,
to
man.
turn
I
this-
ain't
Stop.
no sucker.
This
We'll
channel
cut
is
that
I
out.
ain't
gonna
no
be
Subject, good
sucker.
damn.
All right,
I mean, Camden Boys was pretty cool. I liked him.
Josh,
He
stop!
was
Did he
great on
Shut
Jesse.
up! We're going back
But-
on.
Shut up.
Josh,
Okay,
let
kick him.
Lance talk.
But
I'm paying my
they-
respects.
Okay, we'll
shut
do
up
that
now,
later.
okay? But but they were doing it for attention and like faking drama and all that stuff for views and
Well,
attention.
everyone has done that.
Yeah.
I remember old Minecraft
Yeah.
YouTubers used to do stuff like that.
Ian
for
Venom.
just-
EDP 445.
I don't even think he
EDP.
faked drama
Shout
or
out to our
anything,
boy
but
EDP.
Ian
Drama
Venom,
Alert
dude.
Nation. And Venom.
Yeah, fake drama, get on Drama Alert, and get famous.
It's kind of how it happened for like a solid 4 years.
Or if you're like
I remember-
Fortnite, like be toxic to a player, get on like that Fortnite guy or Denver guy's videos and get famous.
Yeah.
That's
Denver
something
guy. I can't
you know,
stand
I
him
kinda
anymore.
realized.
He's awesome. I watch his videos all the time.
He's better than Fortnite guy.
Denver,
Yeah,
Colorado.
the Fortnite guy's kind of he's okay.
You want to know,
I need to.
you know, when you think back, like especially us, you know, our mind is based off of what we do is based off of what everybody else does now. You know, we have our own twist to it, but what we do, what we say
Mildly.
is based off.
I
pretty
can
much everybody
semi-agree.
else. That's just how it is.
I
now.
think a lot of it, being our age, is what we're allowed to think. Because obviously, we're all getting older and we're starting to form our own
opinions and
thoughts,
maturity.
our
and
own independent. Yeah, how we view the world, and
yeah, we're like semi.
how we wanna run our lives. And I
What's the
think
thought?
a lot of that depends on how you were grown up, and that's why people say don't think what they raised you to think. Think what you think. Think what you want. Take some time and sit down for a second and discover like
Think your
opinion.
own thoughts.
Exactly.
Don't let
Let
them
the
do it for
internet
you.
think for you.
Get your
Yes.
own opinion on the world.
It's one of the most important things you can do, especially growing up. It's
Especially in our
necessary.
generation. We need to think
Yeah.
for ourselves to
Exactly.
change some things.
Chad, for the love of God.
I'm okay.
that
It's
comes
okay.
that circles back around to the whole we need to make change thing. Is yeah, some things we can change and we need to do a better job at trying, but some other things it's like
Some things will just take time.
like people, we cannot change people. We can change
We can change
certain
ourselves and that's
types
it.
of people. There's certain things we have control over, and there's certain things we just don't.
I mean, we can give our
It's like-
viewpoints, which might change minds, like we are.
Yeah, it's
in
hard to
this
change
podcast,
opinion,
but,
people themselves, but you can give
but,
them
you
like,
know,
a
just
mindset and then they'll
give-
change themselves.
You know, just
and-
giving opinions
Yep.
is still good.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I mean,
But it depends. You have to be careful how you share your opinion too.
Yeah.
because you don't want
Yeah,
to.
you
make
can't
it
come
worse.
off
Some,
too
especially
bad,
that
but-
comes that circles back around
But you
to
also
another
gotta
thing about
come out
people
firm
our
about
days
your opinion.
is people get offended by everything.
Yes.
Everything. Anything
Chad,
can
you're
offend
stupid.
anyone.
Brent.
That is.
Brent,
I mean, that's yes.
Oh,
Well,
God.
okay, stop. We're not gonna shout out people, but
Brent.
Mildly,
Well, Brent's gonna be
yeah.
on soon enough, so
no, he's not.
you
He's
know,
gonna go to
Brent.
sleep at like
Well,
4.
Brent's more of like he doesn't get offended by everything, but I think everyone gets
He's a-
offended by it. Some things, and
Yeah.
we pick at the things Brent gets offended by. I
Because
will
it's
admit
funny.
it.
Because
We
it's funny.
pick at the little things. Yeah, it's just circles back around to wow. It's
Wow,
we do it
we're
for the reaction.
losers.
Anyways, no, we're not bullies. Brent's
Well,
a close
only to our
friend.
friends.
He knows we love him.
No, he doesn't.
We only bully friends. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well-
I
very
think
true.
that's still a good thing.
Doesn't matter.
Player's
And,
laughing right
short
now because
kid,
I had to
but-
switch out my batteries.
Who's laughing?
PS4 users.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And PCs though, suck it.
Well, you still have to
So
use
Chad.
batteries for some things.
Well, you
Nope.
see, my headset doesn't require to be
Nope.
plugged into my headset. Controller.
Some things.
So
Mine's rechargeable. I don't have to use.
Mine's rechargeable.
same.
Hey,
Mine's
Cal,
rechargeable.
stay.
Rechargeable.
Yo,
My
Josh,
headset-
you should really You should really invest in rechargeable batteries.
He has them.
Me?
He has
You
'em.
probably
I have them.
yeah.
That's how I
You
switch
should
my
get
my
like
so fast.
Nyko or
Wow.
I have a
something.
recharger behind my TV.
I've got one
A
right
recharger?
beside me.
A recharger.
Battery charger.
Okay,
I said a
okay.
recharger.
Dial back in. Reel back in. I'm
Recharger.
the one pulling us back.
This is
okay?
like the
Exactly,
not
it's
so
why you're a
serious podcast.
Because we're
Recharger.
not.
Jack,
Okay,
join my
this,
Minecraft
we
world.
might not even upload this. This is just.
No, we're uploading it.
I hope
Test
you do.
run.
This is
We're
been
uploading
interesting.
it.
I tell you.
Okay.
Screw
well,
that.
I don't care.
Now let's switch. We're talking about where were we? We were at the whole
Minecraft.
opinions.
Popular again? Yeah.
Changing people.
Yeah.
What?
Hey Lance, join my Minecraft world.
No, we're not
I
playing
think-
No,
together.
I'm playing
I
no
don't
scope
know.
sniping on.
I don't know
Playing Ghost
where
Hunters.
we should take this now. What is?
Performante
We should
Granata
stay with the whole
Pronto.
social media thing,
No. No, I'm
What?
just
but
kidding.
I don't know where we should take it. I don't know what we should start saying. Like, what should be the next?
Let's talk about ballistics and old
No.
tanks.
No.
Ballistic shields.
Shut up,
I
Genius.
don't
Chad.
want our viewers to go away and go to sleep if we have any.
Yeah. dude, we
Composition.
want people to
Okay,
watch.
so composition B is a special explosive made for German.
Chad, you're scaring
Alright,
away
I'm
the
just
viewers.
gonna go ahead and just mute Chad.
No,
Cut
I'm
no,
that
the
out.
recording person. But
dang it.
see what
Where can we take it?
I'm gonna go back to the social media thing and how it affects people.
Well, yeah, but like, what do
Hey,
we?
let's talk about how,
I'm talking
how
about how
fans of PewDiePie
Shut up.
are getting close.
Alright, Chad's gone.
Cortana, go away.
But
Okay.
with social media now, everybody knows how it's like, everybody.
I killed a
bases
cat.
Shut up.
Chad.
Killed a cat.
With how everything's been going in the
So I'm
world,
so proud.
Like right now, depression is more of. It's like the biggest it's ever been. It's becoming like an epidemic. And I know for a fact, pretty much everybody can agree to that fact, because more people are getting depressed than ever before. And I feel like it has something to do with social media and just how everybody sees everything now and how negative the world is. It's like that's why
Communism.
Shut up.
It's the
Holy
communist
crap.
fault.
Goodness.
We're
It's
trying to
all
be
the
It's the
serious.
communist fault.
Yeah, it's all Vladimir Putin.
Oh wow! All right.
They're not even communists
Great.
anymore.
Calling out Vladimir.
Blaming it on him.
Dang, dude.
Don't
You're
forget
gonna
that Kim
show
Don't
Jong-
need to give
Your
him more
sleep.
fame than he already has, Josh.
Bro,
Yeah,
don't
dude.
even. Hey, at
clout
least I didn't
chaser.
call out Nuke Boy.
Cloud Chaser riding bears.
Stop giving him so much clout.
I didn't call out Nuke Boy.
How did
it's
a-
okay.
Nuke boy.
Yeah, Kim Jong Un.
Oh
Nuke boy.
Stop, Josh.
Nuke boy.
Senor
I
Boom
like
Boom.
that.
Senor Boo Boo.
Alright, okay, let's get back on subject, Josh.
What
were you
about-
No.
Oh, after
No.
our sponsor, Dollar Shave Club. Not actually.
saying?
Dollar Shave Club.
He's tired of smelling
I
like
don't
crap.
know. I feel like that
Take
was
a shower.
good for a first episode.
We're at 30
I
minutes.
Yeah,
feel
let's
like that's
end it.
good. Let's not just end it there though.
Yeah.
So wait, where did we
Chinese
stop?
chicken nuggets.
Where did we stop?
I don't even know. I don't remember at this
Hey
point.
boys, we're ending the thing. Just
we're not.
joking.
Lance, I don't want.
All right,
people
that
to-
was the last episode, guys. It was a great
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
great series. Yeah.
Next video is gonna be channel update. We'll let you
we're
guys know what's
deleting our-
happening.
we're
The
deleting
channel
our
update.
Yeah.
We'll give y'all a channel
F
update,
YouTube,
guys.
I'm done with this.
Frank Walter.
But
Dude, I'll be doing a
Steinmeier.
vlog and I'll tell y'all that we're updating the channel, and the update is that we're gonna end it. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
all. 'Cause in the
Spoilers.
end,
Fonto.
We're giving y'all
Okay,
spoilers
wait,
right now to what's
alright,
coming.
Turn it. Is it still recording?
Correct. It is.
Alright.
Okay, then I'd
Alright,
like to give a
guys.
shout
Thanks
out
for
to.
watching our last video.
Wait, hang on.
We'll update
Ever.
you on where the channels go. Yeah, it's the last video. You're not hearing from us anymore. We'll update you on the channels.
Wait, hang on.
We're completely
future
kidding if
next
you can't
video.
tell because Somebody
Yeah,
made
this
a
is a
fake
joke.
Can I give a shout out to
Um,
someone real quick?
No, you can't give us out
What,
on
Chad?
Hold
No.
on.
No. We're gonna say
Frank
something.
Shout
Walter Steinmeier. I'd like
If
to
it's
give a
about
shout out to
tanks,
him.
just stop.
It's
Uh,
a Nazi
Did you
problem.
hear him? Wait, say it
Frank
again.
Walter.
He's like soft Watson.
Alright, Chad's gone.
Frank
Alright, goodbye,
Walter
Chad. You're
Steinmeier.
unmuted. No shout outs,
Alright,
no self promo.
that was Chad. Hope you enjoyed him.
No
Just
self
shout out
You
to
can no
Pete
longer
That
hear
Fade
Chad.
on
Shut up,
Instagram.
Max. Are you gonna get?
We'll put our Instagrams in the bio if you want to follow our personals. If you like, if you're not memeing, if you like actually enjoyed this, leave a comment or a like.
Yeah.
We subscribe if you would like, but we're not gonna be cloud chasers and just scream subscribe at us. But like,
Clown
this was
chasers.
fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
this was fun.
it. Gave us a chance.
this
We
was
don't
fun.
have serious conversations like this very much, and it's nice to hear each other's opinions on all this stuff.
Yeah, like guest first. So
No.
I have Chad muted. I can't even hear him. I hear him through somebody else's mic, but I don't know who it is.
Probably Josh Woods.
You're
What?
probably correct.
Yep,
Oh
it's
my
Josh
God.
Woods.
Yep. Confirmed.
What?
Alright, I'm gonna unmute Chad.
What?
Alright.
You muted me?
Okay.
No, you were
What?
never muted. Alright.
How dare
Frank
you?
Walter
Holy
Steinmeier is actually the leader of Germany at this moment.
You're the only
Of
person
course
who would
you
know
would
that,
know
except
that.
for
Yeah.
people
You're
living,
watching from
living in
Germany.
Germany.
Or
If
Europe.
you're watching in Germany,
Chad, I
like
swear
the
you
all-
live
Europe
in
in general, turn
Shout
up.
out to Germany gang. What's going on out
Yeah,
there,
the
man?
German
Germany
viewers.
gang, that's not a very good thing, Lance. What the heck?
It's just Germany. It's just Germany.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to
No,
Germany.
don't
Just a
don't give a
nation
shout out to
in
Alright.
Wolfgang.
Just be
Okay.
quiet.
Germany in general.
Wolfgang. Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Wolfgang.
See you next
Or
time.
these fuck of Wolf
No!
engineers.
Do you want to end it now or
Josh
what?
yells no.
No.
Alright. So we're gonna keep
No.
going.
Wait. Have I educated? Have I
Oh,
educated
shout out to
them
Measure
about the
Smith.
Alright,
chicken
Wait,
I'm
what
gonna
else
go
are you
ahead
gonna
and end this.
do?
I'm gonna mute everybody
Yes,
else.
you have. Wait,
Alright.
no, that was on the
But
Alright,
last.
what
boys,
about
you're getting
behind
muted. Alright. Before this takes off to a different place, because yeah, Josh would. I'm not gonna let that happen to you boys. They're all muted. But I'm gonna just go ahead and we're gonna have a next episode some point, maybe a week from now. Not sure, but if you guys enjoyed, like actually enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't like it, just go ahead and dislike. Jackson, I can still hear you. I just have you guys muted on the thing. But but yeah, if you enjoyed, just go ahead and let us know in the comments. Tell us what you think we can do better. And yeah, I will hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys later in the next episode, whenever that will be. All right, I'm gonna let them say their goodbyes, and then it's gonna end. So I don't know how this is gonna go. All right,
Bye,
guys. Say
guys.
your
Bye,
goodbyes.
guys.
Club, you better sponsor
Bye
us.
bye.
Wolfgang.
Tight.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
March gang.